Happy Wednesday, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to today's live. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny, and manifesting the life you desire. I hope everyone is doing well today. If you're not, then I hope this session brings you the clarity, peace, and insight that you are looking for. If you would like a free reading, just click the link in the pinned comment. You'll be added to the list. Just wait for your name to be called. Reminder of how I read. So I'm an energy reader tuning into you and your situation to bring clarity. So please provide as much context and detail as you can, as you feel happy to share. It helps me to give you a meaningful reading. I don't do yes, no questions, timelines, or general readings. And I post the list regularly in the chat. So if you want to know where you are, just look to the chat for all the guidelines are there of how I read, and I post the list, like I say, regularly as well. So I am just going to go over and grab the list now. Hey to everyone in the chat though. Hey Raina, Namira, Ivo, hope you're well. Samreen, Shraddha, Tia Bia, lovely to see you here. Sruthi, hope I'm pronouncing that right. KCMR, right, let me just grab that list. What's everyone doing today anyway? Are we working? Are we getting ready for work, or maybe after? How's our mood? How's our spiritual health? So first up we have Eco7. Hey my love, if you want to go ahead and post your question. No worries, Samreen. The crowns are just through YouTube, Raina, so it's like top likes and top comments and things like that. So I think it's just maybe it's something that YouTube generates, nothing to do with myself. So Eco set, and anyone interested, I'm using the Muse Tarot deck today. Eco7 asks, what's coming towards me next? Anything to be aware of? So I don't do general readings, Eco7, anymore, because I find to be more meaningful if it's more focused. So if you want to rephrase that question, what should you be focusing on now, maybe, if that would be useful, or if you've got any particular area that's still taking your focus at the minute, taking your energy, yeah? Samreen says your favourite tarot deck because of its colourful graphics. Yes. It's probably my most used one, isn't it, Samreen, as well? Namira says, I'm resting after 3 days walking and workout. Been looking after yourself there. That sounds good, Namira. Career, says Eco7. Okay, so what should I focus on career-wise? Okay. Ooh, Major Arcana, Eco7. The Magician. So manifesting. Anything is possible. So what should you be focusing on? I think you should be focusing on Eco7. Maybe you already are. But the Magician card is all about that you've got all the tools laid out before you, okay? You have the skills, you have the ability, you have the knowledge, you've worked at your craft, you know, you've maybe mastered your craft, but you've also gathered knowledge in the process of promoting your business and working on your new business, Eco 7. And now this is more about focusing, when we see this card, about working on mindset. Manifestation is all about mindset, mental discipline, mental diet, and maybe looking at some limiting beliefs, even Eco 7. So if you, I don't know if you practice this, but if you write down maybe certain limiting beliefs about your business and are kind of brutally honest with yourself, it can be quite a good exercise to see where that self-doubt niggles and rephrase that. So if you've got a kind of negative, we've all got it, you know, that inner saboteur and negative voice that might say, this is all that's possible. And then you can counteract that with a positive affirmation that cancels out that negative thought. It's almost like time to connect with spirit as well on a deeper level, Eco 7, around your business as well. So leave that space for magic. Leave that space in your business where it's not all on you, that the universe is helping you and that this is a co-creation, yeah? It's a project between you and the universe. It's not just you. So this card is all about expansion, leaning on the universe to help you achieve your goals, and I would say working on mindset. So I hope that resonated. Very powerful card though, because it says that you can manifest, you know, you are a powerful manifester as well. We're all manifesting all the time, if we're aware of it or not. So begin to do it consciously and tap into your manifestation power. I keep hearing the world's your oyster, the world's your oyster. I'm glad that resonates, Eco 7. Thank you, Samreen. Yes, I've got some new rings, some statement rings. So I hope, I like, my favourite at the minute is this lightning bolt with turquoise. Okay, so next up, my loves, we have Kristen. Are you here, my dear? We have Kristen, and then we have Tia Bia. Please go ahead, post your questions. I'm not sure if I've seen Kristen here, but she might be. Ah, thank you, Kristen. You are here. Awesome. Kristen says, C and I are back talking. He told me while we are figuring things out, he is committed to exclusivity. Nice, Kristen, nice. He is now overseas on a trip I originally was going before we broke up. Can I trust him? Okay. Feeling tested, that's difficult, isn't it? Let's see the energy around his intentions and around this trust. What time is it there, Kristen? I know this isn't the best time. Oof, the Emperor, Major Arcana. I think you can trust him with this card, the Emperor card. This is, the Emperor card is, I would say that, so the Emperor card is like boss energy, but it's someone who is in control. Like it's the opposite of messy energy to me, okay? So if they were going to be looking elsewhere, potential cheating, you know, this would bring through a more wishy-washy or kind of complex energy. The Emperor is very grounded, is in control of themselves and in control of the situation. And they want it like that, okay? They like it like that. I'm going to pull one more just because I'm intrigued. Oh. And then we have this 9 of inspiration, which I feel like is your energy, which I feel like that they know that there's like a respect here for you, okay, Kristen? Like you're taking a strong stance as well, and your energy is grounded, and you have set also a strong boundary. So I think that they know that if they were to mess this up or bring any kind of messiness or confusion, that you wouldn't tolerate that, okay? Kristen says he's a very serious man. Yeah, so maybe this just speaks of him energetically overall as his character as well, his energetic signature. This could run deep. Has very kind of Capricorn energies. I don't know if he's an earth sign or may have that prominent in his astro chart. But yeah, he's taking this situation seriously. He knows that you've got strong boundaries. Maybe that's something that's different this time round, that's changed, that feels different. And he isn't going to push you on that. He isn't going to test your boundaries, Kristen. So both very positive. I feel like you're both taking this reconnection seriously. There's a lot of orange and reds in these cards as well. So there is big feelings here. There is passion as well. You know, it's not dry here. So it's because it's so important to you both to make this happen and make this work that you are being so serious about it. It's like you're not messing around, yeah? Kristen says, I told him I need clarity because it's either at this time do something to mess it up, then we can't think about the future, yeah? So there you go. You've laid it out to him. You put down that barrier and he listened, Kristen. I think, you know, he's picking up what you're putting down because this does mean a lot to him as well. So you're kind of mirroring each other's energy here. It feels good. It feels like, you know, we're taking a risk here. Emotions are running high. This is like not the time to mess around. And both of you like get the agenda. Understand the agenda. So I hope that resonated, Kristen. Keep us posted, but that's a positive read. Thank you, Tia. I'm glad that resonated, Kristen. Tia asks, so S, the Pisces 9, are moving through some communications and scheduling issues. He reached out to me and wants to have a serious convo with me today. Oh, goodness. How is he feeling? Is he walking away? Oh, I feel like that's like a very sort of stressful way to intro the convo, isn't it, Tia? Let's see what's going on with him. Is he having a wobble? What's happening with Pisces? News, this is him rushing in, news, information. Now, Knight of Voices, or Knight of Swords in the traditional deck, this would be, is I feel like their intention is that they want clarity. There's a sense of urgency here. They've got something on their mind, something on their heart. But it doesn't feel like the end. Doesn't feel like walking away. Their energy is coming towards you. And that, what they want to speak to you about, they've got something, you know, on their mind that they've got to say to you. But why it's so urgent is because they want some clarity. They want maybe to get some clarity about what's going on between you both, Tia. If things have got messy, if things have got blurred, but that does seem to have come from their side rather than yours, from what I've understood. Tell me more, Spirit. Major Arcana, Justice. What will be the outcome of this talk, please, Spirit? I think that'd be helpful. So Justice is, again, it feels like that energy coming from him, that it's like getting something straight, maybe having a conversation more around Tia, like what's going on with us? Do you want this to work? Is this, you know, has this got a future? So kind of having a serious conversation around the relationship, but it's more about, feels like trying to get you on the right track. Knight of Voices as well can always not be the best delivery, so this might be delivered in a bit of a clumsy way, or maybe a sort of a harsh way, so try not to be too reactive with the way that the Pisces chooses their words with you. But their intention and their goal is this justice energy, which is to get things on track. I feel like there's no signs of kind of ending, and the future is Eight of Inspiration, is forward momentum, yeah? Is like moving things forward, moving this relationship forward. Inspiration is passion, is fire, is positive momentum, yeah? It'd be interesting to see what they come forward with. Maybe you know what this is. Obviously, I don't know the ins and outs and details of this connection. But it might be long in those conversations more along the lines of, I feel like, you know, where is this going? But with the, like, that they want this to work. So I hope that resonates. These aren't negative cards though. This doesn't spell ending to me. This just spells the search for clarity. What we doing here, maybe. Those kind of questions. In order, the goal is to move things forward with this relationship, okay? So I hope that resonated. Next up we have Anne Franklin, my love, if you were here. There we go, awesome. Let's see, Anne. After Anne we have Samreen, if you want to be ready, my love. Welcome to you. Well, there's the card jumping out for you, Anne. Oh, 2 cards. Six of Voices. Moving from turbulent waters to calm waters. There's still a connection with someone that I think is pre-existing. The Star card is about a wish a wish coming true. The Star card, a long-held wish. So what you want out of love, Anne, yeah? And holding on and not giving up to that vision that this woman is visualizing exactly what she wants. And this is the promise from Spirit that that still is on its way to you. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper on this Six of Voices. We know that Six of Voices is moving into calmer waters one way or the other. This always strikes me here as this card as well as like someone who is a bit of a loner and an outlier, like an outrider. And this is like your energy that is connected to them. So let me know, this could be someone, like I say, existing already in your energy field, Anne, if this resonates with who this person might be. Or it could be someone new with these qualities, yeah, with this energetic signature. Someone who is a bit of an outsider or a loner or forges their own path. But there is a deep connection here between you and them. I'm glad this is resonating, Anne. And one final comment, please, Spirit, to tie this together. Seven of Materials, you've come farther than you think. Seven of Materials is all these beautiful flowers that you've planted, the journey that you've been on. Seven of Materials is about a period, a moment of assessment as well, of pausing, reflecting about this connection. Now it can either be, if this is someone from the past coming back, it's about taking a moment of reflection to see what worked and what didn't, and moving forward and try and not repeating the same mistakes. But if this is someone, feels like someone new energetically coming through, then again it's about not repeating past habits. So doing what works and leaving what doesn't, which again the Six of Voices is much along that same line of kind of working on our mindset and leaving behind, you know, maybe outdated ideas of ourselves, how we view ourselves, anything negative that might be still lingering, whatever your, you know, inner saboteur might be in the area of love. Leaving behind some outdated ideas of who you are in love, Anne. But I do see movement and I do see change. This definitely feels like a specific person's energy that is coming through or coming back round. Seven of Materials is, I think, what you do best in some ways, Anne, which is reflect and analyse and always growing, always changing, always pushing yourself, yeah? You do that naturally and inherently. So we continue to do that. And then the promise of the Star card, that wish, whatever you are hoping for, whatever you're carrying inside, that wish is still on its way to you. Hold that vision, yeah? Continue to hold that vision and don't give up on that. And this person, this outrider is the next person on your love journey. There's a deep connection there that I feel. So I hope that resonated, Anne. Samreen, my love, did you post? I'll do a list update just while I'm waiting for... I'm glad that resonated, Anne. Let me just do a updated list. I think I'll close the list now, because it's pretty full. And then I'll read for you, Samreen. There we go. Okay. Samreen asks, what are B's real intentions with me? So just remind me who B is, Samreen. He brings up future financial plans a lot. Does that mean he's serious about us or just focused on money? Was this the person that your mother introduced you to? Oh, met on Tinder. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at B's real intentions. Okay, Three of Cups is, it's nice energy, okay? That's what I thought, yeah. So I was, because I know that they were based in the UK, and that wasn't moving forward as you'd hoped. So Three of Emotions or Three of Cups. So there are definitely like attraction here. This is the potential to, like, I don't know if you've met or if we're just talking, but like it's like enjoying each other's company, yeah? It's fun. There is something to be gained from this. But it doesn't have a serious energy here, Samreen. It doesn't mean that it can't change. But the Three of Cups is trying to be more in the moment with this, if you can. So that it's still at that, like I say, light-hearted, fun, enjoying each other's company stage, okay? I'm going to pull another card. Maybe they're, you know, because it's a Three of Cups, it doesn't mean that, it's like maybe you're talking to other people, maybe they're talking to other people as well, okay? Because this is a 3, so this is like we're not locked into exclusivity yet, yeah? And it doesn't, this is not a warning card to say that this can't change and that things won't get serious. It's more the message of try, I think on your part, not to put too much pressure on this for things to get serious too soon. It's okay to just get to know each other and to have fun. Oh, I think this is you, particularly because I think that you've been through a tower moment with your ex, I feel like, has come through with this tower moment. Yeah, we're still here a lot as well, you know, reorientating. You've been through a lot, Samreen. A connection that you're still dealing with, and it is really good for you to get out there, and like I think like the last reading was telling you that, so you've got options. It's beneficial for, even if you reconnect with your ex, it's still beneficial to have choices and options. So just try and enjoy it in a light-hearted way and not put too much pressure on yourself. And yet the ex is still on the mind. You've been through a lot, you know. So maybe jumping into something really heavy as well now and very intense. You know, the timing, the energy isn't right for that, Samreen, okay? So just try and have some fun at the moment and just enjoy things almost just on face value and see where they lead. You're welcome, Samreen. So Ari, The beautiful Aries princess, my love, are you here? You are next. So we have Ari, then we have Alvin. Both go ahead and post your questions. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Alvin. So Alvin asks, how should I approach the magnetic energy between me and the barista that I see in my local coffee shop? I'm not sure I want to ruin the energy in the place I go to write, but I am drawn to them. Okay. So let's have a look for advice of how to move forward with this. Interesting. Three of inspiration or three of wands. Okay, so what first came through with this, because this is the three of inspiration, is in this context is about waiting, Alvin. So I think we need to give this a bit more time to see how it unfolds, to see how much, like, play the long game, essentially. Okay, so I don't know how much conversation has happened between you two. If that hasn't, then try to encourage that more. Or even if we are talking, then just stay in that zone for a bit. The three of inspiration in the traditional and the Rider-Waite says it's about waiting for your ships to come in. And it's about really having kind of a trust the process kind of energy and vibe. And not allowing this to unfold a bit more, the energy to build even more. You say there's magnetic energy between you, which is fantastic. Let that build, let that become more charged. And then with this domino effect, there will be at some point naturally an energy where there'll be a tipping point. So where this, it may just feel very natural to, maybe if you would ask them on a date, or but it'll happen it'll be like there's a tipping point and then that just unfolds. Or it might, the energy might come out of this and pass and it will just fade, and then you won't have kind of ruined your sanctuary of your writing sanctuary. Yeah. Long game, got it. Limited interactions because of course they're working exactly. I don't want to impose, so it's hard to balance. Try to just throw out a few questions, a few, whatever feels appropriate of where you can, if there's a moment, just to be friendly, to make your presence known a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, feeling naturally, not forced. So yeah, play the long game, Alvin. Yeah, so don't mess up your sanctuary. Like you say, it's important to have those places. Keep us posted with that one. What is it where you build a fire, isn't it? Because that's inspiration as well, which is like fire energy. And to get a spark and to get a fire going, you have to not smother it, but you have to make sure that it has enough oxygen to it to let it grow. That feels like the kind of perfect analogy for this right now. Try and get it enough oxygen to build, but don't smother it. Okay, so next up we have Namira, and then we have Raina. If you both want to go ahead and post. I'm glad that resonated, Alvin. Keep us posted, yeah. Thank you, Namira. So Namira asks, what do you see coming for love for me soon? I am single. Let's have a look, Namira. What's coming next in love for Namira? Ooh. Options, choices, Namira. So this is more than one prospect. Okay, so you will find yourself with options, with choices, with different people in the mix, maybe more than one suitor. So this is, of course, if we must kind of do our side of things where we're putting ourselves in situations where we can cross paths, social situations, dating apps, whatever you prefer, whatever you do, you make sure that you're kind of out there, yeah, putting yourself in the firing line, for want of a better word, for people to make connections. Because what's waiting out there for you, Namira, to come next is more than one suitor and choices. Now, always with the caveat and the advice of this Seven of Emotions card is to not get sucked in by temptation, okay? And what I mean by that is that we, with certain people who seem too good to be true, believe that, and that they are too good to be true, okay? So say if someone might be very charming and charismatic, but there are a number of red flags here. We need to be strict with ourselves about making the right decision to look after ourselves, okay? And we're not dating potential. So, and if someone else who maybe seems more like you haven't initially got as such strong feelings or something like that, but you kind of know that they would be a healthier, better choice for you, go with that. So it's about self-preservation and really about being wise and being quite tough with yourself and not being delusional, and knowing that going down this path in a way with someone where you know that they aren't right for you, nip that in the bud quickly, yeah? And don't entertain that kind of energy, and go with, like I say, in a way, like the safe bet, the stable choice. I hope that resonated. So Raina, are you here? I'm not sure if you are. Post your question if you are. So we have Raina and we have Shraddha, who is up next. If you can go ahead and post. It's been so hot here, and I'm in the UK. It's been absolutely red hot. And then today, it feels like autumn is here. And I'm quietly devastated because I'm a sun worshipper who's in the wrong country. So Raina asks, thank you for posting. So what must I learn from my current work before God gives me the green light to resign? Interesting. You're welcome, Namira. Okay, so what are we learning now? Asks Raina. Great question. So are you applying, Raina, for other jobs and stuff, I assume, but do you feel kind of held and stuck in the work that you're at? It's always good to say, what am I learning now? So Spirit, what is Raina learning from their current work? What are you learning? The Emperor. This came through earlier, and the Emperor is all about, Raina, is about being in control, and it's about being strategic. So now is the time, which maybe you already know, okay, is to come from a place of our mind rather than our heart, so not to be ruled by our emotions. I'll just read what you say here. Because when I was desperate and stressed in my current office and want to resign, God gives me dreams. So the Emperor is about being there are times in our life where it can be, or maybe all the time in some ways, if you're a kind of an emotional person, or if we are in a very stressful situation and, like you say, desperate to leave. I've been there myself in a corporate job where I've been incredibly unhappy, but knowing that the right thing to do is to hang on until the right opportunity presents itself to leave. And at that point, we're in a holding pen as such, okay? And the Emperor is the boss energy of the deck, okay? That they are in control of their emotions, and they are the boss of strategy and doing what's right. And it's understanding that is at times self-preservation, to use that kind of energy. And that's what you need to embody. You need to embody the Emperor. The Emperor is very boundaried as well. So there could be some work on your boundaries that you can do in this space, where if work is asking too much of you, to try and turn down the volume as much as you can on what you give to this company. If you're unhappy there, you may feel devalued, etc., I imagine. So this is a time period where we can work on that as well, our boundaries. If we don't have to be burning ourselves out or give into a company that doesn't value us, we can still do our job, but literally do, your job in a way, the kind of the bare minimum if you can, and nothing more, so that you're conserving and preserving your energy. So in answer to your question, what are you learning? I think you're learning about boundaries, and you're also learning about being strategic, and you are embodying your inner Emperor and your Emperor energy, who knows that ultimately by sticking it out now and waiting for the right opportunity, not just jumping ship, but instead waiting this out and waiting for the right opportunity, that you're actually looking after yourself, even though that may be hard to see and hard to feel now. So I hope that resonated. So Shraddha, my love, if you want to go ahead and post, we have Shraddha. Then we have Joanna, Lydia. Please both go ahead and post. That's a very empowering and beautiful message though, Raina, that you said. The Bible verse, do I ever leave you alone all these times? Don't I always help you? I'll help you. So that's a beautiful promise, isn't it, as well, Raina? So I would hold on to that as a huge comfort, lean into prayer and lean into God as well in that time, always, you know, to get you through the difficult times and the good times, but in the difficult times. Keep us posted, Raina. I hope you find something soon, and I hope you're released from that situation. Okay, so Shraddha asks, what does the universe want me to know and do regarding my connection with M? Currently in contact and dating. Okay. Is that right, Shraddha? So with M, you're in contact and you're dating. Are you wondering sort of what comes next, where this connection is going? You're welcome, Raina. Let's have a look at this connection with M, Shraddha. Nice. Ace of Voices. So lots of potential here, Shraddha. New beginnings, new connections. The advice, so with you say, what does the universe want you to know and do in regarding to this connection, is when the Voices suit comes through, or Swords, Shraddha, I feel like it's about being honest and clear, like right from the get-go, about who you are, what you want. This card is all about clarity, and it's about being quite hard-hitting as well. So, you know, if you think of a sword, cutting through nonsense, through noise, you know, kind of that energy of getting straight to the point, yeah? And being wise, the wise owl here has appeared for you, Shraddha, okay? So use your wisdom. You do possess that wisdom. And you know, I think it's this message of kind of pretending to be someone that we're not, never really works out, okay, really. Obviously, when we're getting to know each other, we don't have to wear our heart on our sleeves and spill our guts. We have boundaries, we take our time. But there's something in this energy, in this message, that is about being honest about and open in many respects about who you really are and who you really want, and the kind of relationship that you want, all of that kind of stuff, and not shying away from that, Shraddha. Maybe that's something that you've done in the past. I think maybe we all have, maybe at some points, try to be someone that we think someone wants us to be to make it work. Oh, look at that. And if we can do that, Shraddha, then we've got this potential here. We've got the Major Arcana, the Lover's card, this powerful connection, yeah? The more we can really be ourselves, the more chance really that we have in drawing towards us our soulmate, our twin flame, a deep love connection and bond, yeah? So yes, if you are being honest and upfront about who you are, being your true self, communicating clearly, not putting up with any nonsense, Shraddha, if you're already doing that, then you are on the right track, and continue to do that. And if you can, then you are giving yourself the best chance for that beautiful lover's energy to come through, yeah? And build, you know, a real bond. So I hope that resonated. So next up we have Joanna. If you're still here, then we have Thrufi. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Last update on the list there. Joanna, Thrufi. Oh, we've got Joanna twice. Keep us posted, Shredder, how it goes. And then Angelus. Just go ahead and post your question if you're still here. So that's just 3 people still to read for. So let me know if you are still here, and if you are reading, just go ahead and post your question. Thank you, Shredder. I'm glad that resonated for you. Let us know how things go with this connection. Maybe no one's here still. Angelus, go ahead, post. Sruthi and Joanna, maybe everyone's gone. There's a bit of a delay in the chat sometimes, so I'll just give it a minute, but if not, then I'll end the live. Okay, so I think that's everyone. So thank you everyone for being here, for joining and joining the Seer Circle, for bringing your energy, your presence, and your questions. I'm wishing you all a good rest of the day, good rest of the evening. But wishing you all love and light, and I will catch up with you on the next live. Take care.